Army hearties, 'tis Pirate Pastor Aaron here, saying that robbing and stealing and looting and plundering is all evil in the sight of God. Really, 'tis the pirate's life for no one.
Hi guys, this is Pastor Aaron coming to you live from the Youth Ministry Network Extravaganza. And I've been talking to people here about the Seventh Commandment, you shall not steal. And so you'll be hearing different stories and different comments on that commandment from my colleagues here in California. So enjoy their stories and enjoy learning about this, the Seventh Commandment, and how you can follow it better. Talk to you later, and I'll see you on Sunday.
Okay, all right.
What does this mean, you shall not steal?
You shall not steal means you should not take anything that does not belong to you but belongs to your neighbor, and thus violating that relationship with them. For me, it specifically includes things like cheating as well, because those are their answers and that's their knowledge and their work. And when you cheat, you take that from them as well and use it for your own gain. So yeah, that's what stealing is to me.
Thou shalt not steal. What does this mean?
It means not to take from others. It means not to run away with things that are not yours. It means that you can't break into places and take things that don't belong to you.
What's a thing you should do to help?
You should learn to share with one another so that you don't have to steal, because you can connect together.
Yay! Thou shalt not steal. What does this mean?
It means don't take stuff from other people.
And what's a good thing that you should do?
You should always tip really high because you might be stealing from someone's livelihood.
There you go.
Thou shalt not steal. So does that mean when I'm undercharged at the restaurant, it's just a gift? Like, oh, they just really must love me. They gave me too much change back because I'm such a nice customer.
Okay, so if somebody drops something, you should probably give it back instead of taking it for yourself.
Ready? There's this free breakfast that was out in the hall, and I knew it wasn't for me, and I really wanted some, and nobody was there, and it would have been so easy to take like a pear or an apple, but you can't because it's not yours.
So my son goes to a community center that we used to have a membership at, and all of his friends go and play basketball there, so he wants to go there also. So I tell him that he has to pay when he goes. And some of the kids that go have memberships and some don't, but most of his friends don't pay. And I tell him you have to pay when you go in because that is stealing from the community center because we don't have a membership there, and so you have to pay for the use of using that building.
But we are talking about the Seventh Commandment. The commandment of thou shalt not steal, but share. And so here in California, in Anaheim, we have
lots of donuts.
Yeah,
and right through your screen, we're going to feed you one.
Yummy, yummy.
They're so good, and we would love for you to have out of this abundance some of them.
It's very tasty.
It's very good.
We will put that back for you for later, though. It'll be a good time.
And then we'll keep eating it.
And then love it until you guys don't steal anymore.
And
because we know that you might steal our donuts. But you don't have to worry about that because we're going to share them with you. How about that?
And what donuts do you have to share? That's the real question.
So go and share donuts boldly.
Hi there, I'm Mike. I'm a youth director from Texas. And when I was in elementary school, I was at a wedding reception and it was dark. All the tables had candles on them. And right next to me was this family and they had a little baby in their little car seat thing. And they got up and left, and on the seat next to me was a teddy bear. And I looked at my mom and my dad, and they weren't watching, so I leaned over, grabbed the teddy bear, and put it in my pocket. It was a little one. And we went from that wedding. We were on vacation, and my parents noticed the teddy bear, and said, "Where'd you get that?" Of course, I lied and said, "It's mine. I've always had it." And they know me better than that, and figured out who it belonged to, and it was a brand new baby's. You know, I don't know how old I was little, but I stole a brand new baby's new teddy bear. And I had to go back to the grandma and grandpa who were friends of my mom and dad and ask for forgiveness and that, and I felt terrible. Needless to say, I felt terrible. But luckily I was forgiven by them, and little baby got the teddy bear back. And don't ask me why I stole a teddy bear. I just thought it would be nice to have. So there you go.
The seventh commandment, you shall not steal.
I think sometimes when we think of you shall not steal, we think about not stealing candy from a grocery store or jewelry from a store and having something tangible, but I think we also need to think about how we steal each other's faith and hope and life and grace from each other. That can happen through bullying. When we bully one another, or we put someone down, we're stealing that bit of self-confidence in them, and that can really hurt. So there's times where someone has said something to me or acted a certain way with me, and it has stolen a little bit of me. Though God's grace can never be stolen from me, sometimes emotions can get involved, and it feels as if that light is being taken from me, or that little bit of faith is being taken from me. So I think it's important when we think of the seventh commandment that we're not only thinking about the tangibles, but we're thinking about the intangibles and how we can steal something intangible from one another just by how we act or what we say to one another.
When I was married just a couple of years, our house got broken into, and they stole our TV and our stereo, some other personal effects, some jewelry that my wife had. And it was just an amazing feeling of being violated when we walked in and realized everything, all the drawers were opened up, and someone had gone through with no appreciation for our stuff and had just literally stealing it. And it was traumatic for my wife, who came home first and then had to call me and go to a neighbor's house. She didn't feel safe, and then I had to come over and got the police involved. They ended up catching the guys, and it was just really sad to watch their lifestyle as I went down to a place at the police station with all the things that they had stolen over the last couple months in all the homes in the neighborhood. And to realize that these people had that perspective on life, that what we had was theirs. And it kind of shaped me for a long time.
How were you shaped, do you think?
Well, it went from theory to practice. It went from that idea of what we own is our home is a safe place, that kind of thing, to that someone's value system just didn't even appreciate that and would come into our territory, take our things, and it just went. I guess the idea of going from this idea of being something taken from you to walking in the home when watching it occurred. It was really a tough one for Sue and I.